honorable guests from Turkey, Cambodia, Niger, other countries. I don't have the name, but I was sitting in Niger. Very good afternoon to you. Dr. Sohaib Murad and I go a long way. He used to invite me as a Vice Chancellor of University of Gujarat to come to see his university, how they are developing it. That was about 8 years ago. And industry, business, academia, linkages. They take pride in organizing national and international conferences, mostly international. Subjects from religions, philosophy, science, technology, mathematics, and to business, industry. So this is very unique, in my opinion, the university which does all these things together. And they do it very well, and always a pleasure for me to come to their conferences. This time they have added one dimension of exhibitions. So we have the 4 target groups: industries, students, academia, and international, national governments. So, very tough competition. Nowadays, I'm going to many conferences in Lahore as a chairman of the commission, because every university is doing something. This conference is different, as I said before. It has serious agenda items. It also talks about CPHEC, which is a very fashionable thing nowadays to talk about CPHEC. Everybody wants to organize a conference on CPHEC, and many have been organized CPHEC, unfortunately without realizing that they have lost the opportunity already for getting any benefit from CPHEC. We have not done our homework. We have not done our analysis. We have not even seen that CPHEC is only a part of the One Belt, One Road. It doesn't stop in Pakistan. It goes all the way around, come back to China. We are not analyzing how Pakistan can benefit or lose having a CPHEC process in Pakistan. I'm just questioning you. I know it's a very difficult question, but I'm raising it to you. Sohaib Murad Sahab said export problems, that Pakistan is unable to export. Very meager amount of export compared to Sri Lanka, Turkey. But we have been fighting this battle since 1990s. Our net import is always high. 2016 it was 25 billion with a net import to Pakistan. That means we always had this problem. The question is, why are we not able to raise so far to resolve this issue? That is the agenda item I want to put to you. I've been asked many times by the industrialists, what has academia given to us? We're importing edible oils, we're importing vegetables, we're importing things we can produce here. Why are we importing it? Why can't we, academia, give us innovations, technology that we can start building it here? It's not only in industry, it's not only academia. It's trade policies, it's incentives, importing incentives and exporting disincentives. We have to set our agenda on these issues. How we can, this imbalance or negative balance between trade balance, it's a very important thing that we should export. If you're not able to reduce the import, you cannot reduce the import unless you do innovations. Innovations are not taking place in Pakistan. There's no incentive to innovate, because people can easily import from China ceramics, stamp it on Pakistan ceramic factory and sell it. Because they say it's cheaper to sell that way than to build your own ceramic, which used to be 10 years ago. 10 years ago, ceramics was a major Pakistan's export as well as a major product. Now it's gone down. They're not doing anymore. The question we have to ask, why it's happening? And what CPHEC is going to bring to us? CPHEC, as I said, is just one small aspect of One Belt, One Road. You have to study the whole Chinese philosophy, where they want to come from, where they want to go from here. Unless you understand that vision of China, the connecting from Pakistan to Africa to all Far East Asia, then coming back to Europe and China. That's the connection they're developing. and what role we are going to play. If we are going to only play that provide the services, sometimes I jokingly say to, I hope it's not quoted, are we going to become octroi tax collectors only? Just how many cars and vehicles moving around and collect the tickets? Are we going to benefit from this by using our industry or academia? We have not yet done academic work on CPEC's implications. There's no research, sound research, that what are the industries, the trade zones that you're going to lead. Where are those trades? Only building roads and dams and the port. But what about the other aspects of CPEC, which we are not focusing? What's happening across the border? Chinese universities and industry developing their products to be exported through this route to other countries. So they will be exported Chinese goods coming to Pakistan, going to the Middle East and to Africa. But we are not developing our own industries, which we are supposed to do it. This is the question I'm posing to you for the next agenda, International Business Conference. Please put these hard agenda items. How can we reduce our imports? Then we can answer the question, how can we import, export? What do we have to export to the countries? I have, in this third or fourth conference I'm attending, which includes CPEC, TPEC programs, CPEC perspectives, CPEC's implications to Pakistan. And I think our government has not realized how serious this issue is and how important it is to involve academia like UMT, really take some concrete steps, some concrete training programs, concrete industry academia linkage going to productivity, not just conferences, but actual work to be done, actual strategies to be developed along the road that we are developing from China border to Gwadar. Nothing is being developed except the road. So we need to really work out what can be done. So my proposal for your next conference, and I'm sure you're going to have it next year, you already announced you'll have a 2018 conference, IBCE 2018. So I would suggest have these agenda items on your conference, focus agenda items, so that we can address our real problem. There's a structural problem. We cannot resolve them by speeches and papers. The structural problems have to come with structural solutions. They're all together with you. The industries are with you, the business houses are with you, the importers, exporters are with you. Then why it's not being resolved? Because we are not focusing our issues on a structural basis. Take an industry, why we are importing so much edible oil or vegetables or cereals. This is the real question, why it's happening, and nobody bothers. Is it just unable to produce, or is it incentive to import things? Or more profitable to import things? Some of my businessmen say it's more profitable to import ceramics from China, label it and sell it, than to produce your own, because we don't have gas, we don't have electricity, therefore we cannot produce. Those are a structural problem. If you address those problems, we can then start producing our own ceramics as we used to do before. The Sialkot chamber has lost many products they used to export before. We need to find out why. What happened to that Sialkot export business which we had to develop? So I'm posing you very serious questions. I know it could be controversial, government may not like it, but I want to say it anyway. We need to go beyond tax collectors. We need to be really doing something using this opportunity that we have from China. Because I know history of China and Pakistan relationships. Before the CPEC, there were dozens of MOUs in which China had promised to take products from Pakistan. China could export them. Those MOUs were never implemented. Pakistan did not export anything to China. On the contrary, Pakistan imported products from China. Same thing can happen from Turkey. Turkey is offering you, please take our market. But we are basically importing from Turkey, not exporting anything to Turkey. The question is, these are very serious questions need to answer, and who can answer this question than academia? If professors sitting here do not take this question seriously, let's analyze the import-export products of Pakistan and address this question why we're lamenting the fact we have very little lower than Sri Lanka exports. But we are not lamenting the fact why we are importing $30 billion every year Could we not control that, except the oils? Could we not control other items, other products that you're importing from other parts of the world? This is a serious discussion, debate has to start, and nobody's questioning it, because businessmen seeing the benefit of importing whatever he gets, or they get benefit from importing, they have it. That's why they don't want to stop it. So somebody has to sit, analyze it, why it's happening. It's damaging the Pakistan economy. It's damaging the Pakistani society. And then we keep on lamenting. 25 years we are saying our net deficit is always much higher. Like 25 billion, 2016 was net import. So that means this is a serious challenge for us. And I would suggest that since you have an expertise in organizing such international conferences, beautiful conferences, my appeal to you, please, in the next agenda, put the hard questions of between trade balances, import and export, and where should CPEC be going from here? And why should Pakistan get out of it? Please, if you don't wake up, you will be losing time. China is continuously going to go all the way to Africa, to Middle East, and back to Europe, to China. That's the one belt, one road. But if you don't understand that philosophy, don't prepare yourself to deal with them. They are your friends. You're not denying it. They are our friends. But you have to be very careful how you deal with your friends in the interest of your own country. So I think in the interest of Pakistan, we should focus seriously on CPEC implications for Pakistan economy. Not just be happy they have $47 billion to Pakistan. That's not enough. We should really take it seriously and see how we can benefit from this CPEC and these trade imbalances. Thank you very much.